Hey everybody, sorry for the frizzy hair. I washed my hair last night and hadn't had a chance to straighten it yet. Usually it's pretty straight, but it's going to be a little kinky curly tonight. But looks like we got two of you in here. Now, I I like wrestling, but I'm not, hey Darren, I'm not I guess a huge fan where I've got to watch everything wrestling related. But Steve did tell me, the Royal Rumble's tonight, right? And I was like, no, I didn't know the Royal Rumble was tonight. So um, after he told me that, I kind of didn't know if I would have anybody because he did tell me today. Well, I guess it was no, I guess actually it was yesterday afternoon. He told me that he was doing a night to dismember watch along. So that was why I had to change my starting time from 7 to 8. Hey Texas, welcome back. I'm glad to see you in here. So are you all recovered and feeling better and all that good stuff? I hope so. um I know Blissful said that you hated to miss the last stream I did, and I was like, "Oh no, that's okay." I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do when it comes to medical issues. So, um, yeah, I'm with Darren. I hope all is well and that you're feeling good. And um, I know people usually are like after surgeries. Well, it was cold, but now I'm hot, so I'm gonna turn that heater off. Um, Usually people are a little sore after surgeries, depending on what kind of surgery they're having. They could be a whole lot sore, just a little bit sore, but I hope things are getting better in that department. Um, you feeling better than you was earlier today? Yeah, sometimes it takes a few days. But I'm glad that you're joining us, and it won't hurt my feelings if you have to, bow out early or anything. You need to make sure that you get all the rest that you can get. That's an important part of the recuperation process. I do have a ring pop energy drink there. It's a berry blast favor. Can't even talk flavor, and this is a what are they? Rise or Riz or something. I figure it's like Rise. Any of y'all had those type of energy drinks? My mom's always telling me, Dana, you don't need to drink all those energy drinks. Um, she's afraid I'm going to have a heart attack or something from them. I hope not. I hope it doesn't lead to that. But I do, especially on the weekends, I drink them. I used to drink a lot more, but now I pretty much it's exclusively on the weekends. Um, let's see if there's anything. Oh, I did want to tell you guys, I don't know how this is gonna pan out. Steve may change his mind, but it wasn't that he didn't want me to do watch alongs. It's just I think he was wanting to spend more time with me. And so every Saturday I'm back here doing a watch along. So there may be a little change up in the schedule. Um, I've been doing one every Saturday for over a month now. Um, and I enjoy doing them. But I guess I need to spend time with my husband too. So just you guys hang in the wings there. I should have an answer, one way or the other. I definitely want to do My Bloody Valentine. Hey, Blissful, regardless is if I have to put the others off. until later. I definitely want to do My Bloody Valentine on the 11th, February 11th. Um, but some of the others that I talked about doing for the month of February may be a little delayed. Um, so I'm glad to see Darren and Texas and Blissful in here. And it looks like we may have one more person who's possibly not chatting or not chatting yet, which again, that is not a requirement. Now, Texas, I know you're probably not feeling up to being live on the stream, but hey, TJ, yes, husbands need attention too. They most certainly do. Um, but I didn't know if there was, if Darren or TJ, and even Blissful, if Blissful wanted to be on here, I would be glad to have any of you guys on here. But if not, I will go alone on it and try to do the best job that I can. But I was trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to bring up before we got started. Yeah, Blissful, you're panel shy. Okay, I got you. That's cool. That's not a requirement. You guys can always be in the chat. TJ, you say you haven't watched this once where I didn't fall asleep, so I'm not starting on air. LOL. Gotcha. Okay. Totally understandable, TJ. Darren, you say you've not seen it in years. Well, that's cool. I can go it alone, but if anybody comes in here later on and wants to come in here, I can always repost those links, the StreamYard link to come in live. So is everybody in here? Are they that are planning on watching along with me? Do you have either the YouTube version of it queued up, or do you have, a personal copy that you got queued up? I'll wait a little bit till everybody's queued up. I don't know if Texas is gonna get one queued up because I know he's still recovering. You can if you want, Texas, but again, that's not a requirement for you to be in here. So I'll give this Darren, you say you've got the Screen Factory on menu. Okay. I do have the Screen Factory release as well, but as I always say, I'm lazy, and so I usually try to use links rather than dragging all my extra equipment out to view it. Oh goodness, I'm sorry, guys. I better drink some more of this caffeine. So Darren's all queued up, it looks like, or ready to hit play when I do the 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I agree, TJ. Adrian Zemed should have gotten a song in this, LOL. And yeah, he had to take his shirt off, just like he did in Bachelor Party. Blissful, you say Scream Factory is me every morning before coffee. Yeah, I gotta have something, either an iced coffee drink or some Mountain Dew or something to get me going in the morning. You guys can't see it because Steve made sure that I hid the treadmill, my new treadmill that I got. And it's one, since we don't have a lot of space in our house, it's one that you can fold up and like put in a corner when you're not using it. So it's over there in the corner, and it's a cute pink and white color. I really like it. It's just, to me, it's just the right size. And DJ, you say if you look like that, you'd be butt naked. You just go around naked all the time, right? Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know about Adrian's men now because we all get older, but back in those days, he was hot, um, in my opinion, anyway. Um, so anyway, I did get my new treadmill in, and um, I'm 8,000 steps in. When we finish this watch along, I might have to do a few more steps. I was walking on the treadmill earlier today. Um, yeah, you know what, Blissful, you saying my treadmill is perfect for hanging clothes on. Um, my mom, an old treadmill that she had, she's got a newer one now that she uses quite a bit, but an older one they had back when I was still living with my parents. That one got where it had clothes hanging on it. Yeah, so I totally get that. I'm hoping to be able to use mine every day. And I got my vacation approved for next week. So hopefully, I'm going to get to do some uh, projects around the house, cleaning the house a little bit better than I usually do whenever I'm working. Um, and trying to decompress and stuff and then come back refreshed the week after to work again. um, Darren, you say I've been about an exercise. Oh, I've been about an exercise bike, watch films while working out. Well, see, yesterday evening when I was finishing up my steps, um, I actually listened to Trick or Treat, the Trick or Treat soundtrack, not on my album, but I just brought up YouTube back here, and played the entire soundtrack to Trick or Treat, and then somebody had put the soundtrack to the Lost Boys, and so as I was finishing up my workout or my walk, um, I was listening to the Lost Boys soundtrack, and then today I got the app put on my tablet, and my new treadmill has a little holder that you can put a tablet or a phone in, and it has, you've seen those treadmills that have the big screen built into them, and then you can walk or run or whatever you want to do with an image that's like you're walking or running on a road through the mountains or wherever you, whatever scene that you want to pick. So I picked like a mountain type of thing. And so it was almost like I was walking on a road through the mountains. And I really, really enjoyed that. And I probably will watch some YouTube and maybe some movies and different things as I'm doing my exercise. Um, and I also have the Echo earbuds, and I can listen to music that way. Oh, you say you've been thinking about an exercise bike. Gotcha. Blissful, you say that's wonderful. Yeah, it's making me feel much better when I exercise on a regular basis like that. It clears my mind, makes my body feel better. It's a stress reliever, all of those things. TJ, you think I should stream on the treadmill? I'm almost afraid if I did that, I'd probably trip over my own 2 feet and you guys would get to see me slide off of the treadmill. Um, but so you say I got the shoveling snow workout. There you go. That's a hell of a workout right there. Yeah, Darren, I used to do that whenever I was back home when I was still living with my parents. I would listen to Dead Pit. Um, Steve got me an iPod Shuffle. I think it was an iPod Shuffle. Um, like the first Christmas, I think that we were dating, and I would actually put podcasts and music and stuff like that, and I would kind of alternate between the two different things, the Dead Pit podcast or listen to music. Get yeah, get Garrett to train you online. Yeah. Yeah, that might be the way to go, but I don't know if I could Garrett might want to be paid, and I don't know if I could afford his prices or not, depending on what they are. Um, so um, we still got 4 people in here. I think I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all keep putting things in the chat and stuff. I'm gonna alternate between the movie and the chat. Um, and I'm gonna go ahead and I have this actually must be taken from the um the HD version taken from the Scream Factory release, because I have it queued up to the little notation where it says, unfortunately, all the original film elements for the final terror, the negative, the inner positive, are all lost. And yeah, this is Scream Factory. Scream Factory went through 6 film prints, yada, yada, yada. And, that's just the little disclaimer at the beginning. So, it's just faded into that disclaimer. So I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, press play. And I'm not sure how long this little disclaimer stays on here. Hopefully not very long. There we go. So they basically had to piece this together from prints or pieces of prints that fans had or collectors had, which I don't think this looks too bad. It's better than not having anything. So whatever people might want to say about this movie, I will say it has a lot of scenic beauty. There's some deer. And here comes somebody breaking through the beautiful stillness on a motorcycle, and they wrecked. And of course, the chick got off pretty easy, but the guy I think he's pretty much kind of pinned underneath the motorcycle. I think his leg might be broken. So she's going to have to go get some help. TJ, you say, I mean, Dead Pit discount, LOL. Yeah, how graceful, LOL. Darren, you said this was released in the cinema over here as Camp Massacre, I believe. Yeah, I do believe that was the other title for this movie, Darren. So he's just kind of relaxed and waiting for his girlfriend to come back. But those of us that have seen a million horror films know that more than likely something very bad is going to happen here soon. So she wasn't able to find any help at the ranger station, and now she can't find her boyfriend. This does not bode well. Uh-oh. So evidently somebody is using soup can lids or, some kind of canned vegetable or something lids to make a booby trap. I'm sorry, guys, to be making these horrible noises in my throat, but I've had some issues with my sinuses lately. TJ, you say I'd go to Camp Massacre. They have swimming lessons. LOL. Darren, you say, how do you rate this one? I remember really liking it, but the film does get hate online. Yeah, and I've actually seen the hate that it gets online too, Darren. I rate this one pretty far up there, as far as slasher films, and you know this doesn't make or break a movie for me, but we should, think of all the names of the people that are in this movie. Joey Pants is in this movie, Joe Pantolano. Rachel Ward is in this movie. And about the only thing I don't like Rachel Ward in is The Thornbirds. I absolutely hate that movie. Um, but Rachel Ward was also in Night School, and she was in this. And I like both of those films, and I like her performances in them. Daryl Hannah, a very young Daryl Hannah, is also in this movie. And Adrian Zemed, and oh gosh, what is that guy's name? Holy cow! Speaking of Adrian Zemed, and there, speaking of Joey Pants, there he was, or there he is. Yes, I agree, TJ. That shit is sharp. I've cut myself more than once on soup can lids for like condensed soup, like Campbell's bean with bacon and stuff like that. I cut my finger pretty badly one time. My mom and dad had gone to town to do something, get groceries or something, and when they came back, I had bandaged up my finger. But mom was like, "Let me see it," and I had a hell of a gash in my finger. So yes, you're surprised Jason never killed nobody with a tuna can lid. Yeah, that would have been cool. What's that shit all over the back of Joey Pants' shirt there? He plays a character named Edgar. Now this guy here, the guy I'm forgetting his name, maybe TJ can remind me, but he was Niedermeyer on Animal House. He's a lot better, nicer character on here than he was on Animal House. Darren, you say, I remember the VHS was really dark and you couldn't see much. Blu-ray is still kind of dark. Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, it is a little dark in spots. Doesn't look too bad right here. Now, something I can never figure out, and maybe you guys can help me out with this, or just tell me I'm stupid for not being able to realize this. Now, I don't know if these guys are, I don't want to say criminals, but like sort of like juvenile delinquents, and they're being kind of forced to do this to help uh, these rangers, or not, or if they're just in training, because some of these guys act like they've been around, like, I'm talking like streetwise, young people. I tell you, Joey Pants is really sadistic on this movie and very dirty. I mean, I guess he's like a mechanic, like, and the driver for him. And here we're gonna see Rachel Ward, both Rachel Ward and Daryl Hannah. There's Daryl Hannah back there. I don't know what that outfit is that Daryl Hannah has on. It's like she's gonna go yodeling in the Swiss Alps or something. And those parents look worried. Yes, Mark Metcalf, right, TJ. I didn't realize that he was on the Twisted Sister videos. Is he as Niedermeyer in there? Why they're singing Three Blind Mice, I don't know. They seem a little bit too old to be singing Three Blind Mice. Man, I would like to be out in this wilderness, though. I would absolutely love it. Of course, I wouldn't want to be killed out here in the wilderness, but if I could just go and safely be out there and go camping or whatever, that would be awesome. Or even stay in a little cabin. This is not a very long movie either. An hour and 30 minutes, almost an hour and 24 minutes. Okay. Gotcha, TJ. Sorry, guys. This cough is also something I've been having too. Yeah, well, that makes sense, TJ. Three blind mice is free to use. Hey, Menelec. So I know it's later, a lot later for Darren, but some of the rest of you guys not interested in watching the Royal Rumble tonight? You may be right, Darren. I don't know 100%, but since you brought that up, it seems like I may have seen something about it in that respect. Could you say Dana wasn't shelved and put out a few years later, like TCM Part 2 or Part 4, because the actors became popular? I would like to think, though, if I was an actress and whenever I wasn't famous, whenever I wasn't a big name, and I was in, a low budget horror film like this, that I would not be embarrassed of it when and if I did become famous. And it just seems like so many of these actors and actresses that were not famous when they were in these movies, when they got to be famous, it's like they just didn't want to talk about it. Kevin Bacon's another one that he didn't. Nobody made any bones about like um, shelving Friday the 13th or anything. But Kevin Bacon would not talk about Friday the 13th for years. He didn't even, he just wanted to pretend it wasn't on his resume. And I'm not saying these things because I don't like these actors and actresses. I'm just saying I just don't understand what the big deal is. Well, he's got a lot of, what are those, peaches? Why's he got to have so many cans of peaches? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, TJ, good point. You said give this flick a little itty bit of credit for not having just white actors. Because the guys here's another thing that makes me think maybe they're, besides Mark Metcalf and his the girl that's playing his girlfriend, besides them, I just wonder if these guys are have gotten in a little bit of trouble and that's why they're having to do this. Kind of like community service type of thing. As far as I know, that's never fully explained. Yeah, Darren, you're right. Pamela Springsteen is another one. If she done conventions, she would clean up. Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, look at Felissa Rose. Felissa Rose has no problem with going to a lot of conventions. And honestly, guys, I'm sure she gets paid well, but I don't think that Felissa Rose, I honestly don't think she's there just for the money. I think she generally still likes meeting fans. I mean, she was as sweet as could be whenever I met her a few years back. And I think it was Uncle Bill that was saying when he saw her at Scarefest, like I think he was there on a Sunday or something, which is generally a slow day for conventions, that she was actually sitting in the floor playing with somebody's little kid. I mean, and how many people will do that? How many regular people would do that? Not too many. Yeah, I would absolutely love this. That's one hell of a big fire, too. See, I can't get Steve to do any of this stuff. I would love to camp out, have a weenie roast, and then roast marshmallows. It would be awesome. I can't even get him to go outside and do this at our house, like spring and summer when it's not too bitterly cold to go out there and do that. And he just has no interest in it. He says I can go out there and roast the hot dogs and then bring them in and he'll eat them inside, but he's not going to sit outside and have like a picnic. So here is traditional tell a scary story around the campfire deal, which has been done in a ton of movies. It's been done in Friday the 13th films. It was done in The Burning. Um, Almost any film that deals with camps or anything like that, um, or campfires, they invariably end up telling some kind of scary story around the campfire to scare those participating in the campfire. Yeah, you're right, Darren. Felissa Rose did end up marrying a fan. She certainly did. The guy that's in that band CKY, is that the band? I was pretty sure. And he was on he was on Jackass, I think, as well. And TJ, you say, plus this movie does something a little different by some of the characters being forest rangers instead of goofy teens. Yeah, so that's what I was saying a little bit earlier. I didn't know if like Adrian Zemed and those other guys were had gotten in trouble with the law and they were kind of being forced to work with Mark Metcalf, who obviously is a forest ranger, or they forced rangers in training. I just wasn't really sure about that. TJ, you say Felissa must have gone to the social with him, Darren. LOL. Darren, you say you should get Steve to do that My Bloody Valentine watch along, kind of a Valentine's edition. Well, a few years back we did do a My Bloody Valentine commentary. I don't know if Wes has it up on Patreon or anything like that. Um, so I don't know if I could get him to do that with me. He said we might do a watch along, or not a watch along, a commentary together, which is basically the same thing. Like the old school ones that we used to do, and that some are available. Some are available on Dead Pit Patreon or whatever to listen to. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind, Darren. It would be fun. Darren, you say every one of these slashers got a Friday 13th style campfire scene. Yep, pretty much. TJ, you say make sure if you do a My Bloody Valentine to do the edit with the added back gore. Oh, definitely, TJ. There's no doubt about it. Now, when Steve and I did that one together, I think it had all the gore in it. But Steve was like making me laugh. I was almost, this might sound gross, but almost blowing coke out of my nose and stuff because he was making me laugh so much about uh, Paul Kelman's character of TJ saying rail cars. And Steve kept saying rail cars. And the way he was saying it just seemed, and I don't think I'd been drinking or anything like that. And definitely hadn't had any gummies because we hadn't gotten on the gummy train at that point in time. So if you want to hear me laugh like a loon, if you can listen to that commentary. So this sort of reminds me of a little bit of The Burning, where Adrian Zemed is kind of like the newbie, and so what the other guys are planning on doing is they say they're going to go get some pot, and that he's supposed to be like the lookout, and they're going to tell him that he has to keep going, oh, like that. And he's like, well, why do I have to keep doing that over and over again? They say because if you stop doing that, we'll know that somebody's come and got you or startled you and you've stopped howling. And so we know to get the hell out of here. Um, but what they're really going to do is leave him out in the woods and go back to camp. And so it kind of reminds me of that Richie character who kind of goes off on his own and ends up at Madman Mars's house, at his old house. And kind of, you see him again later. Now, Adrian Zemed's character will show up quicker than Richie's character did. Yes. So they gotta listen to him howl. So they're promising him some of the stash if he can, pull off this howling bit. This sort of reminds me too of a college hazing ritual. So let's play a trick on the new guy. And it looks like they're fighting impending daylight here too in some of these shots. Uh-oh. There's somebody out there with some very wild looking hair. Wonder who that could be. Hey, Eugene. Darren, you say, I think this got lost in the shuffle because it's pinched elements from all camp slashers before it. Kind of unoriginal, but hey, I dig it. Me too, Darren. Me too. Ever notice a scene in Evil Dead with the POV looking into Cheryl's window before she enters the woods? A shot in Friday the 13th of Brendan. The cabin looks very similar. Yeah, it sure does, TJ. I hadn't thought about that, but you are exactly correct. I think Mark Metcalf likes that little kiss, that little nuzzling he's getting from his girlfriend. This sort of reminds me of some a lot of wake up scenes that have been in other camp slashers. So, I mean, they're really roughing it because there's no showers or anything for them. So these girls are actually out in the water, the natural water, um, basically taking a bath or a shower or whatever you want to call it. So they're wondering where Adrian Zemed's character of Sarone is. See, because Mark Metcalf is being kind of rough on these guys. I mean, granted, they did lose one of their members, but um, it's almost like he's admonishing some unruly children. I'm just wondering if this was filmed, and maybe they ran out of money and started back up at different times because Mark Metcalf's hair seems to change. Like sometimes it seems a little bit longer, more unkempt, and then other times it seems more, like it's styled maybe. And I'm talking about the times when he's awake, not when he's like asleep. Because we expect people's hair to be messy when they're asleep. So that belongs to Sarone, evidently. Darren, you say I always ask, but what would you double feature this with? Um, I don't know. Maybe just before dawn, because it seems kind of similar to just before dawn. Uh, which I see some of you are mentioned down here. TJ says this and humongous. Darren, you say nice, TJ. I would say the prey. Darren, you say just before dawn and go triple feature. There you go. So Texas, you say just before dawn has disappeared from Amazon. Boy, I'm glad I got my copy when I did. TJ, you say I usually fall asleep here or later when they're all rafting down the river. LOL. Oh, come on, TJ. It's not that boring, is it? And these scenes where they're looking for Adrian Zemed sort of remind me of when they're looking for Karen on the burning, which would be another good pairing too, in my opinion. Or I could do like Darren was saying and have a triple feature. I could have this, the burning, and just before dawn. So this movie, yes, it definitely seemed to pinch from a lot of different other films. So Mark Metcalf is pretty much enjoying himself, and his girlfriend is peeking at him. And the one guy there that's wanting to get in a fight all the time seems a little slightly psychotic to me. Or a little overly military would be another way to put it, maybe. So TJ, how could you fall asleep around this part? Come on. We're actually getting some action here. But something's going to happen here. And it's not just a climax. Uh-oh. And how many times has this happened in horror movies where they're having a good time and somebody comes along and kills one or both of them? TJ usually Texas, you say, I don't know why it's gone, but I had the Blu-ray and the DVD on my wish list and it's no more. Wow, man, I don't know. I recently got the Blu-ray. I had the DVD before. TJ, I wasn't talking about Mark Metcalf. I'm talking about that cute old woman he was with. She wasn't bad looking. Darren, you say just before dawn always goes out of print for some reason. Did Code Red put out just before dawn, Darren, or am I thinking wrong? Or at least the Blu-ray, I should say. Could be totally off on that. So now these guys are going to be completely without any body watching over them. So here's another thing. See, the rafts are disappearing. That is similar to the burning. And so these guys are here where, like, it looks like somebody has, well, it looks like they buried someone or something, or some animal maybe. But somebody's taking up residence wherever this is at. But it doesn't look like a very nice place to live, actually. Then you say, yeah, Code Red and 88 Films. Yeah, 88 Films had a version too. TJ, you say Amazon removes stuff all the time. Just before dawn, only had 1-star rating on their Prime. That's possible. Texas could be because the Banana Man is dead. Who knows? Maybe Dark Force Entertainment will come out with a version of it. Unless the rights to it moved on to Banana Man's brother at Scorpion. Darren, you say I'm actually liking this a bit more this time. Probably start me on a slasher kick. Uh-oh, I'm going to have Darren on a slasher kick now. Here's a little psycho-esque vibe going on there with the wig. And there's aren't those damn peaches that Joey Pants had, that Edgar had? Didn't his mama ever tell him not to go sampling other jars of other people's stuff? Oh, is that Edgar's hat? So why is Edgar hanging around here? TJ, you say for the amount of cast members, the death count is fairly low. Oh, I will admit to that, yes. And maybe that's why some people don't care for it, because it doesn't have a high body count. Ugh. So Adrian's and Med hadn't showed back up just yet. Hey, that looks like the same fire they had last night. This guy's always wanting to fight with somebody, though. Looks like Moss Man from He-Man. TJ, you say Daryl Hannah's character is named Wendy, and people make fun of Clear Rivers and Final Destination. LOL. Exactly. Darren, you say if you change the killer, this could actually be a Madman sequel. Yeah, yeah, it sure could. So where the hell is Adrian Zemed? Think he's gonna show back up? I wonder. There he is, and he's still a howling. And he got it looks like he got him some weed too. You could pair this with Mother's Day, TJ. You are exactly right. Yeah, Darren, TJ, LOL, insert any camp slasher. Basically, yep. Or any wilderness slasher, I guess we could say. Well, this chick's a little pissed. So I guess they do kind of have an outhouse. That looks gross, though. I wonder if she's putting toilet paper down on the seat. Would you want to sit down on that? Holy crap. Oh, no. I think they found Mark Metcalf. Well, he ain't so tough there. That was gross. Darren, you say, I need to see Mother's Day again. Been a while. I may wait. I'll try to wait until around Mother's Day and I'll watch it. Yeah, TJ, Friday 13th meets Don't Go in the Woods, LOL. Yeah, I can see it for sure too, Darren. TJ, you said last time I watched Mother's Day was when Joe Bob had it on Shutter not too long ago. Yep. And Eli Roth was on there because that's one of Eli Roth's favorite movies. TJ, you say hover over the seat, no need to sit. Exactly. Darren, you said Mother's Day is the best trauma film, like Tourist Trap is the best Charles Band film. Yeah, yeah, I would have to agree with you there, Darren. I know what's wrong with this dude. None of the chicks like him, so he's all sexually frustrated and mad at everybody. Guys, I'm going to leave the movie running, of course, because we're doing a watch along for this. But I think I'm going to go get me some yummy, yummy popcorn real quick, and I will be right back. Y'all keep enjoying this lovely movie. Okay, so I'm back with my Act 2, just plain buttered popcorn, not extreme butter. Does anybody remember back when Act 2 had that really yummy, and this has been years ago now, really yummy movie theater popcorn? Before the stuff came out about whatever chemical they were or whatever they were putting on it, make it taste so good, they said was dangerous to people. Dana of the Corn, TJ. Yes, sir. I like to have popcorn with my movies a lot of times. Now, I cannot go to the movie theater and not have some popcorn when I go. It's just blasphemous to me to think about going and watching a movie and not having a big old thing of popcorn. Oh, so here's where they're rafting. So if TJ's not asleep yet, he'll be asleep now. Darren, I'm making you want to watch all kinds of movies. You said, Dana, you're making me want to watch popcorn again now. Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about watching popcorn again. And another thing I was thinking about was maybe at some point in time having a watch along for popcorn. What would you guys think of that? I always thought I would like to go rafting, but I don't want to go in these really rough rapids. I don't want to go in any untamed rapids, where you might flip the raft might flip over and you might drown. If it's going to be that rough, I want to be in a controlled setting like the Raging Rapids at Holiday World in Indiana. I guess I probably wouldn't be very good whitewater rafting. Oh no, there's that, whatever the hell that is. What's wrong with that chick in the middle? She acts like she took some Quaaludes or something. Now, if this was the burning, probably all these people would be hacked up by now. And then it'd be game over and movie over. Yeah, throw something over her face so we don't have to look at her dead body. So now their fearless leaders are both dead. Darren, you said Cropsy coming up. Sorry, wrong movie. Yes, Darren, it is blatant when you see how many slashers is ripped off. It's been a little bit since I actually sat down and watched this and paid really close attention to it. And it's obvious it did rip off a lot. DJ said, bury her and she'll come back like Mia. LOL. Something's beeping somewhere. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Never mind. I was like, what is that beeping? It is my Instapot. This is the first time I used the slow cooker option. And for those of you that were in here for my dinner with the Palma, Uncle Bill was talking about, he made Mississippi pot roast, which I've never made it before, but he was making me hungry for it. I do love roast. And so I looked up the recipe, found it, and got the stuff at the grocery to make it, including a very nice roast, almost a 4-pound roast. I'm sure it's going to shrink up a little bit when I open up the Instapot to look in there. And it had to cook for 8 hours on the slow cooker option. But I bet it's going to be tender. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm going to fix some mashed potatoes tomorrow to have with it. And ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, in case there are any people that are interested in making, I know this is not related to the movie in any way, but I can put the link to the recipe I used in the chat in case any of you guys out there are interested in making that. So evidently Edgar was supposed to have taken the bus with their shit somewhere and meet up with them when they got done here. But Edgar's nowhere to be seen. So when all else fails and your fearless leaders are dead, smoke a joint, right? That's the answer to everything. Either that or do mushrooms. I guess this is mushrooms or whatever he's doing, taking. He's going to start hallucinating soon. And somebody's supposed to be the lookout. Looks like they're all asleep. Well, he's awake. And you can't have a movie like this without somebody breaking a window and jumping up on the vehicle that you're in. In this case, a bus. Thank God for emergency exits, right? Darren, you say Steve watching the wrestling? I don't think he is. I thought maybe he would be, but he may be asleep now. I had to run back to the restroom and I didn't hear him snoring, but he didn't say anything to me, so I don't know. But it definitely didn't sound like wrestling that was on the TV. TJ, you said this movie was shelved for a couple of years. I bet the Evil Dead box office would have helped it. It was released in 81 also. Yeah. Yeah, probably so. But it might have been like Darren was saying earlier that it was shelved because of the people that were not exactly famous when it was made, became famous soon after. Looks like Daryl Hannah got separated from the others. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, but that was kind of funny. It just kind of looked like whoever that was just pushed her over, but it's obvious they injured her. Looks like they might be fighting daylight again. That looks like a same shot that was reused. Got to save money somehow, don't you guys? Got a little creepy there. So I think at this point, they're pretty much convinced that Edgar has been doing the killing. And so basically, they're going to go after Edgar now. TJ, you say, what do y'all think about the poster? Makes it look more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers instead of Slasher. Actually, it does, doesn't it? Because I actually used some of the poster art to advertise for this. Yeah, it does kind of look like they're running from something otherworldly. Doesn't really make it look like a slasher film. Maybe that's one of the problems with it, bad promotion. What do you guys think? That guy's tripping now, isn't he? Darren, you say I've got the Polish poster for this, and it's bizarre. It's got the couple from earlier about to have sex. Now there's some advertising. Yeah, this guy's tripping on them shrooms. So TJ, I'm really proud of you. You've stayed awake almost to the end because we're an hour and 14 minutes into this, and I don't think TJ's been out once. So now it seems that they're all officially going into combat mode now. Those are some mighty big trees. I would say, I don't know if they ever said, but I'd be willing to bet that this is like those are redwoods and this is California somewhere. Darren, you say, I don't think I could find the US one sheet at a decent price. At least I don't think I've got that. I need to keep track of my stuff. TJ, you said, I've been writing in between not watching every minute of the movie. LOL. Ah, that is the key, right? Keep yourself busy. Darren, you said, a lack of not seeing the killer much may have hurt this film. Yeah, that and the low body count. But see, I'm a fan of another movie that has final in the title. Final Exam, which doesn't, I mean, it has a higher body count than this one, I believe, but not a lot happens during the majority of the movie, and they kind of cook it into high gear during the last part of it, last quarter of it. And I don't think some people appreciate that very much. TJ, you say there's a one sheet on eBay right now for $25 and $12 shipping US, Darren. What do y'all think of Adrian's and Med's duds there? Oh no, it's Edgar again. But wait a minute. So Edgar wasn't the only dangerous one around, right? Uh-oh. Well, he's toast. It's a woman. Uh-oh. Well, so it seems that the campfire story they were telling her there was true, right? Well, no wonder she was crazy if Peaches was the only thing Edgar was feeding. I like my peaches as well as the next person, but dang, if that's all you could eat. It's only so many peach cobblers you can make now. Or maybe she was mad that she made peach cobbler and didn't have any vanilla ice cream. All right. Darren says, TJ, my poster buying days are over, but thanks anyway. Darren, you said this killer reminds me of Don't Go in the Woods. Kind of. It kind of reminds me of, y'all were talking about Mother's Day earlier. It kind of reminds me of Queenie, that the boy's mother keeps talking about Queenie, her sister, who is evil. TJ, you said someone is selling a 35 millimeter print of the movie and a free poster right now for $800 plus shipping, $132. Yeah, I'd say wow too. Yeah, surprised Tarantino hasn't bought that. Yeah, that is surprising. So, did you guys enjoy that one? We're still on the credits here. I think it's just about to finish up. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I've seen, like, at the end, if they show where it was actually filmed at. I have watched the special features, and they may have said then, but I maybe have forgotten. Yeah. State of California, definitely. People of Crescent City, California, and Sherwood Oaks Experimental College. Well, it's definitely in California. And Darren, you say it was a lot better than you remember? Well, good. That's good. TJ, you said there's a print of the Force for the same price. LOL. Somebody better tell CK. I have to agree with you there, Darren. And I actually, during the Ask Me Anything show, I can't remember if it was Uncle Bill or somebody else that asked me Could have been CK. But somebody asked me about 4Ks. Was there any 4Ks I regretted buying? And the Forest isn't a 4K. I think it's a Blu-ray. But I'm kind of sorry I bought that one because I haven't even finished watching it. That's how much it bored me. And I don't know if I'd say CK champions it, but I think he likes it a lot. TJ, you say every movie needs Ghost Kids. Spoiler, haha. Yeah, I don't think you can spoil that movie, TJ. So, I need to pick up some popcorn off the floor here because I made a mess, is what I did. If the dogs get back here, they'll be wanting to eat that. Gosh, I made a total mess. But I did want to remind everybody that I will be doing another my dinner with De Palma, and there's something about Tarantino. So with my dinner with De Palma, I'm actually going back and covering some of his older movies, Murder a la Mode, and I think it's either Greetings or Hi Mom is the other one. And I'm probably going to have to go out and look and see what the Tarantino ones are, because it's just slipped my mind. But we look forward to all of that next week. I am on vacation for my job next week, so I'm going to try to get some projects done around the house. Continuing my exercise on the treadmill and trying to decompress a little bit before I go back to work the following week. And I am going to go ahead and tell you the movies I had planned to do watch-alongs for, and I may still do them. But as I said earlier in the stream, Steve's kind of wanting me to spend some more time with him. But if the schedule stays the same, February 4th, I'll be doing a watch-along for X-Ray. February 5th, I'll be doing a watch-along for Schizoid. February 11th, regardless of whether I spend time with Steve or not, I am going to do the My Bloody Valentine watch-along. That's just a given. February 18th, Sorority House Massacre. And February 25th, Night School. So I guess I will say, if you see advertising for the movies other than My Bloody Valentine that I mentioned, then that means I'm going to do a watch along. If you do not see any promotion, it means Steve did indeed want me to spend some time with him. And I'm sure you guys all understand that. So, does anybody want to bring up anything before I get off of here? I didn't want to keep people too long tonight, in case there were some people that wanted to check out Royal Rumble. You say some cool watch-alongs coming? Well, I appreciate that, Darren. And, you know, as always, when I do these, anyone is allowed to join in on camera or off camera. If you want to be audio only, that's fine. I would like to get several people in here for the My Bloody Valentine one, especially. So, yeah, you guys can all look forward to all of that coming up. And even if I don't get to do all those in the month of February, when I start these suckers back up again, if I take a little break, I will include them. Even if it's March when I do them, I will do them. And it seemed like Darren was on board with doing a popcorn or me doing a popcorn watch along at some point in time. Does anybody have any objections to that being an upcoming one at some point? I wonder somebody hadn't said, "Hey, Dana, you're going to run out of movies to do watch-alongs for you." Keep doing them every Saturday. And then, of course, the first, I just thought you guys probably will get a bonus one if I do them all of February, because you will get one on the 4th, and then there will be a bonus one on the 5th. So look forward to all of that. I'll have to add an additional one to the mix there. Maybe we could have popcorn for that first week on a Sunday. What would y'all think about that? So does anybody have anything they want to promote? TJ, you got anything that you want to promote in the chat there that you got going on? You said you were doing some writing. Have you got a big project that's coming up? Darren, I assume you're saying awesome to the popcorn watch along, so I will add that to my repertoire for February. I'm thinking some of my other regulars may be watching the Royal Rumble. But I thank you guys that showed up for this watch along. I think I had a pretty good crowd in here. We had 8 or so most of the time. Well, now we got 9. And I was competing with Royal Rumble, so I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure how many Steve had for a night to dismember. But TJ said nothing at the moment. Thanks for asking. Well, yeah, I always like to, promote other people's stuff. Because I'll tell you guys again, like I said, you need to check out TJ's shorts on his and not shorts you wear. I mean, like short films, because they are good. They're short, but they're good. I would really like to see what TJ could do. Maybe somebody should throw TJ some money. I would love to see what he could do with full length. Like I'm talking like, hour and 25 minutes or hour and 30 minutes. Steve had about 5, Darren. Okay, I thought you were in there. So, well, guys, I think I am going to call it a night. But I do want to thank all of you guys for showing up. Texas, if you're still here, you continue to get a lot of rest and recover as quickly as you can. I am so glad that you were able to stop by for this one. And I want to thank all the rest of you guys for stopping by and choosing me over the Royal Rumble, because I know the Royal Rumble's a big deal. You have a good night too, Darren. And with that being said, I am going to skedaddle on out of here for the night, and I will see everyone on the flip side. Y'all have a good night now.